Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Caramel Apple. This is their standard 4-wick, 18-ounce vessel. And we have this beautiful photographic wraparound label here. I mean, HOMEWORX is really good at doing this, you guys. I have made it no secret that I love their packaging for most of their candles. I have not been a fan of those white band half labels, but when it comes to these beautiful photographic full wraparound labels, I just think that the ambiance that these create is top notch. So the picture that you are seeing on this candle, is it accurate to what I am smelling? Well, let's dive into it. The fragrance notes on this candle are red apple, caramel drizzle, vanilla bean, and cinnamon. The pour date of this candle is March 12th of 2024. So I do always like to include pour dates on my candles just in case anybody comes across this review further down the line. We do know that particularly with candles there can be batch variations, and so I do always like to give some type of reference point when I am doing these reviews. So what does my nose smell? You guys, this is really good. This definitely smells like what you are picturing here. You do get the juiciness of apple in here. It's not an overly tart or sweet apple, which truthfully, you guys, I feel like red apples are probably like the most bland or generic apple variety that there is. That's just my own personal take on it. They don't tend to be too sweet, but they don't tend to be very tart like a Granny Smith either. I do detect the caramel drizzle in there, and the caramel in this candle is done very, very well. I will tell you that of all of the brands that I usually burn candles from, I do like the way that HOMEWORX tends to do caramel the most. I do believe that Harry Slatkin's, his penchant for gourmand fragrances is still probably the best in the game, to be quite honest with you. That's not a knock to any of the other candle brands. I mean, other candle brands do some things well, but when it comes to nailing authentic gourmands, I think that Harry he knocks it out of the park, and this candle is no exception to that. The caramel in here is definitely like a good soft chewy caramel, maybe almost like the ones that you get at the store that are just kind of that like chewy. They're the perfect balance between a savory and a sweet. There's no scorched note to this candle, which I have made no secret that sometimes I struggle with like Kringle's take on caramel. A lot of the time their caramel comes across a little bit too dense and buttery, almost scorched to my nose after burning for long periods of time. But this candle is not that. This is definitely like that soft, chewy caramel. It is not cloying to my nose. And I do think that the addition of vanilla bean in the fragrance notes here probably is what lends a little bit more, maybe like a slight creaminess to that caramel blend. It kind of tones down what I think could be what a lot of people would think would be a cloying fragrance note. And the addition of cinnamon, I will tell you that it is in there, but it's not overwhelming cinnamon. This is not like a cinnamon stick candle. It's not overly red hot. It's just one of those additions of a fragrance note that makes you think of a fall fragrance without it being too spice heavy. It's definitely in the background. The cinnamon fragrance note is not at the forefront for me. It's really, really well done. It is in the vein, I would say, if you happen to appreciate Bath & Body Works Summer Boardwalk or their Cider Lane fragrances, I think that you will like this one because it is that caramel apple type of fragrance note. Now, it is different. Do I burn this alongside Summer Boardwalk? Yes, I do. But they are cousins to each other. They're not the exact same fragrance. And truth be told, if I want something that just feels a little bit more authentic and elevated, I am going to give it to this HOMEWORX candle. It's really well done, you guys. Now, I did have a couple of you guys inquire of me if this is the same as last year's Halloween release of Poison Apple. Honestly, you guys, I did not have that candle, so I cannot make the comparison. But I do know that there are a few of you in the HOMEWORX group that I have seen say that this is not the same fragrance to your nose. So Just putting that out there, but I can't say yes or no if it really is. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about the performance on this candle. So we have here 4 wicks. I will tell you that these wicks do want to lean a little bit. Do you see how they kind of like, I don't want to say that they're moving around because they're not. Like they haven't fallen over, they're not drowning. They're good, healthy wicks, but I do use a wick dipper to extinguish my candles. And so that oftentimes allows me to kind of like put them back into place. But if you burn this candle for too long, you just might want to keep your eye on it to see if you're going to, if any of those wicks are going to fall over. Now I have started to trim any kind of excess carbon off of the ends of these wicks. I do believe that HOMEWORX has made a good change for in the old wick category. I think we've talked about this several times here on this channel about how all of the candle brands seem to, they just can't help themselves when it comes to playing around with all of the wicks. But I do think that this release, a lot of the more like recent HOMEWORX candles, I do believe that they are starting to get those wicks right. Do they want to lean a little bit? Yes. However, they're like a mid-size wick. They're not too thin. Sometimes upon first burn, they're a little bit deceiving because they look like they might be super thin, puny wicks, but they're not. And as you burn the candle a little bit longer, I do find that they become sturdier and yeah, they burn well. Healthy flames. They're not producing a lot of soot. You can see that this is a very clean burn. I'm not getting any soot on this candle, and that's a big deal to me. So that has been pretty good. I will just always caution you though, if you are somebody who likes to trim your wicks, make sure that you do not trim these too short, because then I do think that you run the risk of having some issues with pulling out and obtaining the maximum projection of these candles. All right, strength and throw on this candle, you guys, solid. I'm gonna give this one a good solid 8 in terms of strength and throw, which honestly is about my sweet spot. You definitely smell the fragrance. It's present, it makes itself known, but it's also not going to be headache inducing, and it doesn't dominate the room. It's definitely not one that you still have to like sniff around in the air and be like, where is it? But it's also not going to be offensive to those of you who may be, well, truth be told, if you're watching this review, you are probably not scent sensitive, but if you live with somebody or you have somebody come into your home frequently who is, I don't think that this is going to be an offensive fragrance. It is one that tends to linger in my home a little bit longer after I've extinguished it. I have gotten many compliments on this fragrance when people have walked into my home. They say, ooh, I like that. What are you burning? That smells really, really good. So this one is definitely a winner. It does project throughout my open concept living room into the kitchen. If I put it into the bedroom, I mean, it would be probably a little bit too much in a really small bedroom. In my master bedroom, it still does really, really well. But in like a smaller space like that, it is definitely a dominating fragrance in a smaller room that has lower ceilings. I do always list in the description box down below for you guys the dimensions of my home as well as the layout, size, obviously dimensions would be size, the environmental factors, the age of my home, you know, ceiling height, all of that kind of stuff can be found down below. And you do always want to pay attention to that when somebody is reviewing a candle to just see how it compares to yours. And that might give you a more proper gauge of how a candle might perform in your home. But overall, you guys, this candle does get 2 thumbs up from me. I hope that Harry keeps this one around for years to come. It does pair really nicely with a couple of other fragrances that I currently have in my collection. So like I mentioned, I have been burning this with Bath & Body Works Summer Boardwalk. I have also been burning this with funnel cake, or if you happen to have hot cider donut, this would be a great combination because they are different fragrances, but they definitely complement each other very, very well. I'm also still finishing up my vanilla bean ice cream. So if you are somebody who maybe wants, like, you're excited to transition to fall fragrances, but you're not yet quite ready for like full on fall, I feel like this is a really lovely late summer, early fall. Kind of reminds you of going to the fair, which I know that August tends to be the time where, I know for me, where I grew up, that is when we always had like our local fair. So I think that's kind of countrywide. I feel like a lot of places tend to have their annual fair in August, September. So it's a great fragrance, you guys. Definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me. It is currently available on the Slatkin & Co. website. I do have a discount code with them. I am a brand ambassador. I did purchase this candle, but I did want to let you guys know that I have a discount code with them. It is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It will save you 15% off of your order over $40. Usually the discount codes can be used when there is a strike through sale price, meaning these candles usually retail for $30, but say they're running a sale where they mark this candle down to like $24 or $20. If that happens and then you have over $40 in your cart, then usually you can combine an ambassador discount code with that. However, if it is like a buy 3 get 3 free, or buy 3 and now the price goes down to $25 each or something like that, then I've found that usually the discount code cannot be combined in those situations. It really isn't anything against the HOMEWORX brand. It has more to do with the Shopify platform that they use, and the software isn't able to, I guess, to compute like multiple discount codes. But anyways, that's just letting you guys know. So if you happen to want to purchase this one, if you want to put this one on your wish list and wait for a sale and maybe get some additional savings, I do have that discount code. It is an affiliate code that's eligible for a commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. Totally fine if you are not. You are always welcome here at my channel to just continue to watch these reviews and gain some more information for purchasing. So let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased this candle. What has your experience been? I always encourage honest dialogue to go on in the comment section, as long as you always remain respectful of myself and others within our community. It's always a great place for you guys to kind of sound off and share your experiences with these candles, because I have said this numerous times. I am only one person. There's only, like, I don't want to say there's a handful of us reviewers. There's plenty of us content creators through various avenues of social media, but you don't necessarily have to have a big platform to be able to make an impact in our community. So please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. It helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you're new, if you like candle reviews, if you like hauls, empties, and all kinds of fun candle stuff in between. I oftentimes do a lot of videos also on new and upcoming launches. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our little candle family here. I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today, and until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.